Good evening. We're going to be starting Pikmin 2 tonight. This is on the heels of starting and not completing Pikmin 1. Mostly because I really didn't have a good time with Pikmin 1. So maybe I'll have a warmer experience with this one. Okotate Freight is a long-haul deep space shipping company. One day, its only employee of any merit, Captain Olimar, crashed on an uncharted planet while on an interstellar vacation. There, he was aided by indigenous creatures, which in the end, Captain Olimar escaped. But in Olimar's absence, his employer, Hokotate Freight, ran into financial difficulties. He was gone for a month. How bad is your company ran? Captain Olimar, Planet Hokotate, Hokotate Freight. It looks like something out of, Oddworld. President of Hokotate Freight and local... Olimar, I'm so glad you're safe. Yes, very glad, quite... Sadly, I have an announcement that is not so glad. Our company is going under. Yes, we're finished. On his first mission, Louis here met a ravenous space bunny. And his entire load of golden brand carrots was eaten. I mean, surely you have insurance for that kind of thing. I took out an enormous loan to repay the debt from this loss. I decided to sell off corporate assets to repay the loan. But the only asset we had to sell was your ship, the SS Dolphin. As for the rest of our loan... we have no means to repay it. Olimar, what's that? You brought that back as a souvenir for your kid? Treasure, treasure, treasure. Initiating valuation of recovered treasure. This artifact is worth 100 Pokos. This thing's worth 100 Pokos? That's more than a year's salary. What? There are more on that planet? They can repay our debt. What hour? This is your problem. Louis, you dolt, look alive. You must depart immediately. With Captain Olimar. I mean, I don't work for you. You don't have any money, how are you gonna pay me? Also, like, didn't Olimar's ship have, like, an infinite energy generator? Just, like, hook that thing up to a plug and, like, you're good. Valley of Repose. I also like how apparently Olimar's ship wasn't capable of sustaining life indefinitely, but this thing, which is very piece of junk code, it is. Oh, he's dead. So like that's 2 instances of not my problem. Can I just abandon them both to their fate and like set up camp here? Suddenly Minecraft. That was close. I have averted a crash landing. Running a diagnostics. Alert! Danger! Louis is missing. He must have somehow fallen out of his cockpit. He is not responding via his communicator. He is either flouting protocol or in danger. Olimar, you must find Louis before he freezes to death in the cold of this planet. Do I have to? Wait a moment, look. These be Pikmin? They look like they're about to be devoured as we speak. Is he just leaving to his fate? Yeah, that was the plan. You must help them, quickly. Press B to call them with your whistle. Captain Olimar. You can also hold B to make the sound of your whistle carry farther. Remember? That backflip was purely to flex. The Pikmin ran to your side. They seem to remember you, Captain Olimar. How fascinating. I mean, for them it's been, what, 20 minutes? Give them instructions, and do not delay. Hold A to grab a Pikmin, and release to throw it. Go forth, my children, do violence. Like that, yes. It seems that one of them died. Attention, Captain Olimar. I have just re-established my communications link with Louis. It is fortunate that we have managed to confirm his safety. Press Y to communicate with him. Why? I am quite interested in the details of his condition. I mean, if we just wait for like an hour, we can be completely certain, I'm pretty sure. I like how there's an indent in the snow. Louis, allow me to assess your condition as per our safety protocols. Are you at all injured? Is that so? Then my concerns are eased. Our communication link shows you are nearby. Can you make your way to our location and rejoin us? I will navigate for you. Press start/pause to contact me and obtain information about the terrain. But there's this hole here. It was made for me. Made by me? No, it was made for me. Brand? Perhaps this object is one of the treasures that we are searching for. The only reason we found it here is because this is where you crash-landed. How fortunate. I would like to appraise it, but you must regroup with Olimar first. Can you see him? Press L with the camera behind you, R to zoom, and Z to change angles. Did it actually say what to do, or did it just give me camera directions? As if it told me how to proceed, I think I... Never mind. Just had to get close to this thing. Louis, the odd object before you appears to be one of the onions mentioned in Olimar's report. I presume... Never mind. I was gonna say I presume that as Olimar I have to toss a Pikmin to Louis so that he can farm more. Did I miss 15 minutes? Oh, don't worry, you didn't miss much. Mostly me just lampooning the pacing of the opening cutscene. Also, welcome. The seed the onion ejected just sprouted. According to Olimar's report, it can be plucked with A. Yes, welcome to you as well. Louis, this must be one of the Pikmin creatures from Olimar's report. It is staring at you. You can use C to issue objectives to your Pikmin squad and even direct their movement. You can disband your squad with X. Interesting. Olimar's description of the creatures resembling Pikmin carrots was strikingly accurate. So in the opening cutscene, they mentioned a giant space bunny that, like, devoured an entire, like, cargo bay's worth of carrots. I presume it's gonna, like, show up as, like, either a mid-boss or an end-boss here. It's just like, oh look, Pikmin carrots, let's devour them. Louis, my sensors have detected drool in the corner of your mouth, are you alright? Oh, did he lie about a space bunny and he actually ate them all himself? I feel like that's probably what happened, actually. Actual question, I'm just speculating. Playing the GameCube version? Yes. I was also playing the GameCube version last time. Which is why most of the things that people tried telling me to do didn't actually work, because those weren't a thing in the GameCube version. I considered getting the Wii version, but honestly the deal breaker there was I didn't want to buy more AA batteries. The onion ejected more seeds. The pellet from that flower must hold nutrients that breed Pikmin. Yes, the Pikmin gather nutrients hauled to the onion and further propagate the species. The onion is a Pikmin mothership. Reviewing Olimar's report, it seems repeatedly tapping A lets one rapidly pick Pikmin sprouts. Yeah, like, I might invest in, like, a rechargeable battery at some point. Because, like, I do have a fairly substantial stack of Wii games here, but, like... I've also got a wired GameCube controller, so I can just use that instead. I'm a bit of a zealot when it comes to wired peripherals. So, like, I don't want to recharge things, I don't want to replace batteries and things, I just want it to be plugged in and have no latency and to not run out mid-play session. With the singular exception of wireless headsets, because if I put on a wired headset, I forget that I'm wearing a wired headset, and stand up and walk away, which either destroys the headset or the port on my computer. Yeah, luckily you can still find wired stuff if you know where to look. I'll just leave them to that. This hole, it was made for me. Anyway. Wheel battery near infinite? Nah, it runs out after like... maybe 10 hours. I need 20 Pikmin to carry a Duracell battery. Do I have 15 Pikmin total? Yes, I do. Get squished, bag nerd. Was that a Junji Ito reference? Yes, it was. Captain Olimar, Louis, you are reunited at last. This has been a troublesome start to our trip. But now you must feel assured that your combined wits can get you through anything. Correct? I feel like the combination is like... if Olimar's a 10, Louis is like a -2, so it like adds up to something less than what Olimar could accomplish on his own, but whatever. From now on, use B to form a single group, X to take solo action, and Y to change leaders. I don't think I have 20 Pikmin total, so... never mind. Pikmin, consume the flesh. I just had a thought, you know how, if you eat too many carrots, you turn orange? I wonder if these Pikmin are red because they consume blood. While waiting for them to ferry this Bulborb over, I shall rotate. It's the dance of my people. This is what you started watching a girl who never played Pikmin 2 before. You must be feeling deja vu right now. Oh, Jigsaw, welcome. You don't think blood works like that or vampires would be red? I mean, they usually do dress in red. So yay, 3 points. Oh, Louis actually helps pick Pikmin? Alright, I'll spare him. He will not mysteriously die in the middle of the night of an unknown illness. Come along, brand name product. Take your time. I'd say that we're paid by the hour, but, we're kind of not paid. My boss kind of stole my stuff to pay off his bad decisions, and by his bad decisions, I mean Louis. In modern ports, all the brand products were replaced by non-brand products. I mean, it makes sense. Copyright issues and all that. This battery's like the size of the entire ship. Like, how's it gonna fit? Courage reactor. I can actually spin it. Let's see. That's actually French, that's funny. It's actually a French label, I'm pretty sure. Insert correctly, not reverse, respect the polarities, do not recharge. Oh, it's in 3 different languages, never mind. Our first day of exploration has yielded our first treasure. We will be done in record time. My neck must hurt so much? Not at all. Ever since I fell on it, it's been remarkably flexible. I took the liberty of naming it when I appraised it. The name reflects my current thinking. Leave it to me to think up catchy names for hit products. It is but one of my many talents. We shall end our first day here and report back to our president. His face will surely be joyous. However, to communicate with Hokote, we must fly into low orbit above the planet. We will not return to the surface until morning, so as to avoid the indigenous nocturnal creatures. I'm pretty sure this is the US version. I like how there's like a ring constellation. And now there's a Pikmin constellation. You found your first bit of treasure. Fine work. Our future depends on your efforts. Again, where's this "our" come from? This is your screw-up. So check your treasure hoard regularly. I'll check in often. Keep up the pace. I wonder if this game was inspired by Fable 3. I really wanted to like Fable 3. Like, I love the Fable series, it's just... only to a point. Good morning, workers. Ready for another day of toiling for the profit of your company? Oh, that's too real. I don't like that. The Pikmin seem to still be asleep inside their onion. What lazy creatures. No wonder they lack survival skills. Stand beneath the onion and press A to call them out. I choose to believe it's call them out, not in a summon them sense, but in a scold them for their laziness sense. Like I'm making a call-out post on twitter.com kind of call-out. Y'all have fun with those. It'd be kind of cool if I could, like, separate, what's-his-face, Louis, off. And, like, give him an RTS order to go somewhere on the map, and then, like, flick to him later. I think that was the thing in the Pikmin 4 demo that I played. Because, like, as it stands... like, right this very second, Louis isn't offering a spectacular amount of extra value. Was it thing at 3? Oh well. I do appreciate that he actually, like, helps pick Pikmin. More flowers, nice. Multitasking can be fun as long as you don't, like, forget things. Or as long as, like, important things aren't, like, contingent on, being multitasked. Like, if you're kind of just, like, jumping around, like, doing what, strikes your fancy, that's a great feeling. But if it's like, oh no, I've got, like... I gotta do, like, 5 hours of tasks in 3 hours. That's, like, the opposite of fun. At least that's the way I feel about it. Speaking of, still very happy that this game doesn't have a time limit. I also like that these Pikmin, like, fall in behind you after being thrown way faster than they did in the first game. Go forth, destroy. Like that, yes. Need 35 to pick up that crushed can. So I basically just need, these all to finish what they're doing. Yep, the lack of puddles is appreciated. I also find it kind of interesting that defeating the giant thing, both gave me its corpse and a token. As opposed to, like, just one or the other. I also see that the Pikmin seem to be flowering much faster after being disgorged from the onion. I will say, their work ethic is much better than that of the president of the company. They've been trying this whole time. Oh, hey, water. I can definitely see chafing against the pacing of this opening on like a repeat playthrough. But right now this feels fine. I wonder what crushed this can in particular. Was it, stepped on? Did somebody chug it and then slam it against their forehead? It's missing a tab, so it was probably drank by a child, who then twisted it off and took it in for some kind of reward at school. Utter scrap? Well, alright then. I don't recall Pikmin 4 having a particularly slow start. Like, it cold opens inside of a house, as Olimar memory serves. And then, like, you land on a planet and you get Ochi and you just, like, immediately start, like, doing things. Oh, I thought that they were done. Oops. The sassy, passive-aggressive treasure names give you life. Were they named differently in the version that you played recently? How could Pikmin destroy such a massive wall? When masked, their might is ferocious. Lily, did Olimar instruct you on proper Pikmin commanding protocol? I just had a thought, that could be taken as like communist propaganda, and they are red. Apparently not. Olimar, you are failing in your duties as superior. Allow me to explain. Press A to grab Pikmin and release to throw them. Call them into a group with B. This has been covered already. Press X to disband the group. Use C to issue orders and objectives to the group. This has been covered. C is useful for swarming Pikmin around treasure and enemies, or making them march in a line. That was the only new piece of information. What did you ask? Were the names different in the version that you played recently? Interesting. Warm air is welling up from the hole in the ground before you. What could lie underground? What is wrong? You both show expressions of unease. Do not fear, the leader's group of Pikmin will join you. I shall dispatch my research pod, too. Approach the hole and press A to jump in. You know, for being presented like a pile of scrap, this alternate ship seems substantially better than the one from the first game. Intriguing. My heat sensors indicate that this hole's interior is warmer than on the surface. Analysis suggests subterranean areas may support different life forms than the surface. If you wish to check underground terrain, press start or pause to communicate with me. I am not just a ship, I am an all-purpose support pod. Oh, oranges. I could go for an orange right now. I presume that the takeaway from this is that most treasure is going to be found underground. I could really go for an orange right now, actually. I have to go shopping for meatballs soon. Maybe I'll get oranges while I'm out. Citrus lump. I like that you can Goomba stomp them. Oh hey, brand bottle cap. What's up? What's up, 7-Up? Ah, how can you possibly consider this beast a treasure? Beasts are incompatible with my circuitry. I suppose I will store your finds in my hold. But I do not think beasts will be worth much. What's better between orange and apple juice? I haven't actually had straight up orange juice or apple juice in years, come to think of it. I want to say apple juice because it's not quite as sweet. Quenching Emblem. Like, don't get me wrong, I got a big sweet tooth, but like... drinking a very, very sugary drink is a bit much. Assuming that my memories are accurate, like I say, it's been a while. This hole appears to be quite deep. My sensors indicate more treacherous terrain ahead. Louis, you do recall that you can adjust the camera with L, R, and Z, right? Your expression suggests you do. Excellent. Approach the hole and press A to enter it. Apple Shore... Chorle, half apple juice, half sparkle water. Nice. I don't know if I've ever had sparkling water. I've had club soda, but it wasn't to my taste. Oh, final floor. We're almost done with Pikmin 2. Ooh, a globe. Or at least half of it. It's inconceivable that such an immense object has been buried here for so long. The design on the outer shell resembles the surface of the planet as seen from space. Perhaps this can be used for something other than salvage. But how will we ever lift it? I fear that even 100 red Pikmin will be unable to lift it. Watch it be 101. Called it. I will say, it is quite satisfying to snipe them. Again, wasn't it a thing that, like, you could only have 100 Pikmin at once? So I'm probably gonna find, like, a strong Pikmin that counts as more than one. Astounding! A flower blooms in a cave deep beneath the snowy landscape. Clearly it is warmer down here than above. Look, the Pikmin are restless. They look as if they yearn to be tossed into the flower. The children yearn for the mines. Ah, purple Pikmin. I recognize you from your debut in Smash Bros. Brawl. Amazing! A purple Pikmin! It has hair, and is quite stocky. It seems very heavy and strong. This kind of Pikmin was not mentioned in your report, Olimar. It must be an entirely new type. Transforming Pikmin by tossing them into flowers? Intriguing. Perhaps there are others. How many purples do I have? Like 10? Alright. I'm wondering how many reds a purple is worth. Oh, I'm about to find out. And wow. Louis, why aren't you pushing? Why aren't you pushing, Olimar? Because I'm the captain. Well, like, I'm your underling. Yes, exactly. He can learn. Spherical Atlas. There's a device resembling a microchip embedded inside this sphere, retrieving data. Error. I could only decode a portion of the data, but I did retrieve new geographic charts. I will input this data into my planetary database and name it the Sphere Chart. Press start to contact me and access the Explorer kit on the radar screen with L. Now that we have this new data, you should be able to explore the decoded territory tomorrow. I presume that this is the way out. Astounding! Water is shooting out of the skies with incredible force. That'll kill Pikmin, won't it? Sensors indicate that it has enough power to launch you into the air. Approach it and press A to try. So I'm still missing 2 Pikmin, apparently. I'm not sure where they ended up, because they're not on the map. Oh wait, there they are. They were cleverly hiding among the border. you give me a tip that nobody teaches me about? Sure. Escape to the surface with escape to the surface with your Pikmin? Absolutely. We get up there, the Pikmin are all dead. Cave complete. Can we really afford luminous confetti when our finances are so dire? Okay, so you can't leave Pikmin behind in a cave. That's very good to know. You have successfully returned to the planet's surface. Excellent decision-making, gentlemen. We must celebrate your first successful spelunking expedition. You gathered a large amount of data that needs in-depth analysis. I shall send a report back to the President tonight detailing your progress. Olimar and Louis, since you'll explore a new area tomorrow, today's work is done. What? You still want to work? Unacceptable. You may not realize it, but you're exhausted. You should take a much-needed rest as you have all the time you need to collect treasure. Haste makes waste, so take it slow and steady. Okay, this is no longer realistic capitalism. A real middle manager would say, if you've got time to lean, you've got time to clean. And then I would contemplate showing up on the news. Thank you for the hydration. I like how the ship just stole all the corpses instead of giving it back so I could feed it to Pikmin. Oh well. That's cool, you can see like all the different ways that Pikmin can die, including explosions. Baby steps first, Olimar. Plan well and don't worry about me. Okay. Awakening Blood. My first thought was like, oh, Link's Awakening. And I could go here and then I have to do an entire Link's Awakening playthrough. Like, just nonsensical thought, but like... Good morning. It should please you to know that the purple Pikmin are lodged safely in my hull. The confines of my interiors seem to suit them perfectly, though they do occasionally tickle me. Stand in the rink of light below me and press A to call the purple Pikmin out. Interesting. Louis, has Olimar instructed you on the peculiarities of the Pikmin creatures? The Pikmin form groups based on color when disbanded with X. Grabbing Pikmin with A will also cause them to group by color. Now for the bonus lesson. After grabbing a Pikmin with A, you can press left or right on left and right to swap it for another color. That is a feature that is entirely absent from the first game. Charles, welcome. This is the first time you've heard this? Olimar, remember to properly train new employees. I am definitely appreciating the lack of time limit. Does D-pad by itself do anything? No, it does not. I want that strawberry. Okay, we zoomed in and out. For this one, I've got the right trigger for that. Left centers the camera behind me, right zooms, and then Z changes the angle. I see, I should be getting blue Pikmin at some point. Olimar, we have a problem. The onion has ceased ejecting seeds. Is it malfunctioning? Interesting. It now seems the number of life forms within the onion has increased. Didn't you know that no more than 100 Pikmin will venture onto the planet at once? But I currently observe only 95 on the surface. Could there be wild Pikmin somewhere? Sunseed Berry. I mean, I'd say that I'm going at the same speed, it's just that this game is kind of laid out better than the last one. Oh, there are blue ones over that way. I expected it to mirror the progression from the first one. Okay, well, y'all work on that. The Pikmin that drank the yellow nectar instantly matured into flower Pikmin. It appears to have enhanced motor skills. What a wondrous nectar. How intriguing, like plants, Pikmin mature from leaf to bud to flower. Captain Olivar, you must share the information you have with your subordinate, Louis. Unless we just how to deal with the flowers, they're very useful in a not obvious way. Astounding! This red berry contains an ultra-spicy essence. It does not appear to have any monetary value, but I shall research potential uses for it. Bring me another specimen. Yeah, it sounds like I'm gonna find out. Actually, wasn't this like an item in Smash Brothers? Oh hey, more of them. That's all my Pikmin knowledge come from Smash Brothers because that's the game that Olimar debuted in. Clearly. Don't tell that to an F-Zero fan, they'll cry. I mean, to be fair, F-Zero did just have a game release. On the Switch. Captain Olimar, by research on the red berries you discovered, has yielded a powerful potion. Unfortunately, the Pikmin aren't strong enough for this potion. They'll have to find a nectar that sells weaker potions. I'm going to take a 5-minute break here. Please use this time to refill your beverage, go to the bathroom. Anything that would take you about 5 minutes. I will see you shortly. I return. Potion seller, I require your most powerful potion. Behold the ultra spicy spray. Although it is untested, I believe it will have spectacular results. Spray it on all of your Pikmin by pressing down on the D-pad. When necessary, I can produce 1 bottle of spray from 10 berries. Press start to contact me and confirm your berry count. Look at L on the radar screen. Interesting. Oh well, that Pikmin just got impaled. Rip. That was kind of horrifying. Anyway. Oh goodness. Alright. I'm gonna need more purples for this. Oh, hi there. Astounding, the heads of the Pikmin are glowing and they seem extremely agitated. The ultra spicy spray appears to increase Pikmin speed and attack power. What a discovery. There we go. me when I eat barbecue potato chips. Incidentally, I'm not memeing. Barbecue potato chips are legitimately, like, very, very hot to me. Granted, it depends on the brand. If it's like a Lay's barbecue chip, it doesn't really have any spice to it at all. But I usually don't have Lay's. I haven't, like, measured it or anything, but I feel like the days in this game are longer than the days in the last game. Like, I feel like I'm getting way more done. I presume that wall up there is poisonous. Let's see if that's enough. It is, in fact, not enough. Oh, there's a cave over there. I can probably find a flower to turn more of them purple. Come on, guys, we're gonna party till we're purple. What's a SpongeBob reference? You there. See if you die. Emergency, Pikmin are suffering. If you blow your whistle at me, you may be able to help them. Okay, so yeah, that's not a thing that I can do. That's probably what the poison Pikmin are for. Biological sensors are reacting violently. The readings are ominous. A beast of unknown power lurks in these depths. A large group would be assuring. My sound sensors are picking up hostile roars of many beasts. Expect dangerous encounters. Sensors are also showing extreme heat pockets. You may need flame-resistant Pikmin. But my records indicate no such data. Are my records incomplete? Aren't the red ones flame-resistant? Let's find out. Please never be a mother. If I were to become a mother, it would not be voluntary. I just imagine a D&D party being like, I loot the bodies. And then the DM's like, okay, you go through their pockets, and they're just like, no, 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 we loot the bodies. We know what's swarming. If it was important, I'm pretty sure I would have been told by now. The funny thing is, for like ages now in D&D, I've been itching to play a necromancer. And if/when I do, I will actually be looting bodies. It's like zombies don't grow on trees. That's what druids do. Oh, hey, it's a D-pad. Sounds like I need players for a D&D session. I mean, that's if I'm going to, like, run a game. Playing a game is different. Stone of Glory. That might not have been rust, that might have been, like, dirt in the grooves. Or like dead skin cells that like wore off during use. Ooh, egg. Not bad. Don't get sulky because you couldn't eat. You'll get food eventually. You like how I sacrifice flowers instead of leaves? My thought process was, I'm going to upgrade my flowers into purples. That said, at least this does kind of like demonstrate that the Pikmin I throw in are not upgraded, but rather consumed. They think they're getting an upgrade, but they're actually dying. Ah, flame. Emergency, Pikmin are suffering. If you blow your whistle, you might be able to help them. It's like, yeah, listen, you might be on fire, but like... I'm just gonna keep you, like, ordering you around until you stop being on fire. Wait, are the right ones able to destroy those? Hold on. Totally counts, let's go. Nintendo. Oh, and there's what looks like a, mahjong tile here. Let's just deactivate all these guys just real quick, like. Average boss, to be honest, is like, hey boss, I can't work, I'm in, like, unbearable physical pain. Boss is like, okay, but like, what if I threaten you? Will that improve your work ethic? Cosmic Archive. Team 86 Nintendo made in Japan, Side A. Never thought you'd see somebody not disable the fire with res. I didn't know that I could do that until it happened by accident. I just assumed that I had to time it to run past them. Strife Monolith. Are they singing the Luigi's Mansion theme? Here they are. Bowl of Beasts. I just now noticed what they were called. You know, I straight up did not know that that was a thing that could be done until it happened by accident. Well, in that case, let's run ahead with a bunch of reds. The Luigi's Mansion theme? Yep, it's like da 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 da. It's like that. Luigi's Mansion is actually a very good game. Like, memes about Luigi aside, I do think it's kind of cool how Luigi's Mansion makes it explicitly clear that, like, the man is terrified. Like, absolutely, genuinely terrified beyond all reason. But, like, he's still putting in the work to save his brother. Like, there's this really nice detail where, like, every time you open a door, there's like a cutscene of, like, Luigi actually opening the door. Which is basically just a loading screen, but, like, the animation of it's really good. Luck wafer. You know she's really good though, because like you can see Luigi's hand trembling, then he grasps it and opens it anyway. It's really nice, I like that kind of thing. That's a Game & Watch. Well, Dream Architect. If you ever want to take an unfathomable amount of psychic damage, there's like a post somebody made a while back of restoring a Game & Watch, where like they like got it like a Game & Watch from a departed family member, and they're just like, okay, I'm gonna make this thing shine like it's new, and they like clean it off. The thing is, it had been scribbled on with some marker, which they were just like, ugh. And then they like cleaned it off, but the thing is, that wasn't scribbling. It was like actually signed by like Miyamoto or somebody like that. I can't remember the exact person, but like it was like an autographed Game & Watch, and they cleaned it. It's like, oh no. Everybody in the comments was like, dear fucking goodness. Pardon my French, this had better be a hoax. I like how Louis wasn't here for any of that, and I somehow didn't notice any decrease in my operational efficiency. I try not to swear, not because I think that I'm above such things, but because it makes it funnier when I do. Final floor. That thing is very big. That's actually kind of horrifying. Okay, I've got an idea. I need 2 of you red Pikmin to climb up its nostrils and suffocate it. No volunteers? Alright. Oh, they're dead. Well... Oh, I lost all of that? That sucks. What if I didn't lock that in? I can reset to that cave level? Like, reset the system, you mean? Gotcha. Yeah, I might do such a thing. Would you look at that, I'm back in the Hold of Beasts of level 5. Yeah, no, if the game's willing to, like, one-shot my entire party, I'm willing to reload a save. I don't think it's cheating, I think it's just a mechanic. So I presume that essentially the challenge here is just, like, getting in damage while preventing them from getting, like, one shot. R.I.P. that one Pikmin. Oh, there goes like half of them. But it's at like a sixth of its health, so... Okay, so it like goes back and forth a few times, then when it like stays in the middle, that's when it's safe to DPS it. Alright. I've got his number. I think. I feel like we could solve this problem a lot more easily if we gave Olimar a gun. It's like if I were Olimar, trapped in a hole, with this terrifying monstrosity and Louis, and I only had 2 bullets, I would shoot Louis twice. I feel like stays coming to 6 takes the stakes off the game. Yes, that's why I'm doing it. I don't want stakes. I want to win. And it's dead. Wonderful. Electronic tester love. How bizarre, this device is emitting black light. Or maybe it's electronic love tester. I can't help but contemplate how one would quantify love with a black light. It must have been ingested by that creature. What an absolutely repulsive life form. Our return to Hokote cannot come soon enough. "117, it's a Halo reference. Prototype detector. This contraption seems to react when it approaches treasure. I will connect it to my radar. Processing complete. The treasure gauge is now fully operational. It will now appear on your monitor. The needle will move right as you approach treasure. I am renaming this thing the greed gauge. It's complete. We did it. We did it. We committed bug genocide. It's just like Hollow Knight. 20% of debt recovered. Not bad. And hopefully that's enough purple Pikmin to destroy that one bag. I appreciate that they aren't getting peeled off by random stuff. There was something that really bugged me in Pikmin 1 was I'd just be walking along and if I wasn't constantly babysitting them, they would get like distracted by everything. Yeah, it doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be good enough. Right, you all stay here. I'm gonna do a sneaky. They are beating up tadpoles. I can't actually think of a more helpless creature than a tadpole. Look there, wild blue Pikmin are chasing prey near the water's edge. Perhaps by observing these wild specimens we can understand more about their true nature. I apologize. I was momentarily entranced by them. Now back to work. I presume that I need to use yellow Pikmin to destroy this thing. So I presume that I'll find yellow Pikmin down that other cave. Nordfrog tadpoles eat mosquito larvae. Good for them. I presume that I'll either get yellows to get through that electric fence, or I'll get poisons to get through those, like, miasmic walls. Every 10 berries is a dose of the good stuff. It is almost sundown. Hurry up. Olimar, Louie, the sun will be setting soon. Call all the Pikmin to you. This planet's native nocturnal life forms are ferocious and therefore dangerous. Load your Pikmin into the Onion and yourselves into my hull so that we can take refuge in low orbit. Pikmin in your squad will enter the Onion on their own at day's end, so call them all to you. I do believe that's all of them. I like how the icon for a flower red Pikmin looks like they've seen something traumatizing. Like, Pearl's like, yeah, this is fine. The flowers are like, I have seen the face of God. was making a good effort to stab me. Unfortunately, it didn't get Louis. Oh, there did it. Thank you for the hydration. How's progress, Olimar? Remember, you'll never get anything done if you sit back and watch from afar. The lack of self-awareness. Be sure to hold R occasionally for a close-up view of the action. Yeah, no, good example of the difference between a boss and a leader. That guy's a boss, Olimar's a leader. Essentially, a boss leads from the top and a leader leads from the front. The Collectopedia and Bestiary have funny text, good for them. These look new. I presume that they try to devour the berries. Well, you can't eat them if I eat them first. And also kill you. Alright, I got some more spicy spray. I presume that I'll get up to 3 other temporary buffs as well. Presumably by collecting berries of other colors. I'll wait for these slow purples to catch up. Yeah, I presume that I'm gonna find yellows down this hole. I might be wrong, though. Astounding. My metal detectors are reacting violently. What could be down below? Presumably metal. That or you calibrated them wrong and they're reading yourself. If you find trouble below, press start to contact me and press R on the radar screen. The exploration pod will drop its loot to make room to carry you, Louis, and the Pikmin to safety. Or I could reset time. Okay, I presume I'm gonna find poison down here, actually. It's kinda cool that they're introducing the new Pikmin types instead of giving you the old ones first. Wait, White Flower Garden? I mean, if you think about it, all flowers are white if you're colorblind. You think that's how colorblindness works? It depends on what kind of colorblind. The implication there was that I meant, like, total colorblindness. But I think the most common kind of colorblindness is red-green. Ah, shoe polish. Unfortunately, I've never been wealthy enough to polish my shoes. You're partially red-green colorblind? It's good that it doesn't seem to be holding you back too much. Alien billboard, not wrong. Like, that sort of thing has always fascinated me. Like, living in a world that's, like, fundamentally, like, perceived differently. Like, it's kind of incomprehensible to me. But I guess kind of like in the same way, I kind of give that feeling to other people when I'm just like, hey, I've got total aphantasia. And they're like, but you can't see anything in your head? And I'm like, yeah. If I close my eyes and think of something, it's just black. Ooh, diamond. I presume any Pikmin that I throw down there is not coming back up unless I get like a pulley or something. I have that? Yep, totally Fantasia. I cannot envision anything. I presume I'll have to come back later with some kind of, like, spice. The fourth flame Pikmin. Do what you were born to do. It's actually kind of interesting though, because like, as somebody who would very much like to be able to like see whatever I wanted in my head, I think having aphantasia kind of sucks. But like, I've spoken to a couple of like artists, and they've said things along the lines of they kind of wish that they had aphantasia because they keep getting distracted from the image in the real world by the image in their head. Drought Ender. Whereas Spearhead just doesn't have an image in it straight up, it can't happen like that. And I'm just over here like, if I could like imagine things, I would never get bored. And like, I'm not really like a good artist, I'd say, but like, I have been getting better. And I don't really feel like the lack of aphantasia, or I don't really feel like the aphantasia has been like holding me back so much as just making it hard to figure out where I'm going before I get there. But luckily I'm a digital artist, so I can just change things. I can try something, and if it doesn't work out, I can just be like, nope. Actually, that didn't happen. How can a flower so deep underground bloom so robustly? How mysterious. This place is conspicuously warm, but it acts as a kind of hothouse for foliage. What an interesting development. The Pikmin look as if they long to be tossed into the flower. So, like, knowing that the flower kills them... The children, they yearn for death. Okay, yes, these are poisonous. I've recognized the poison Pikmin from Smash Brothers. Incredible! A white Pikmin. It's tiny but looks distinctly swift. Its eyes are an unseemly red. This type of Pikmin was not mentioned in your notes, Olimar. It must be an entirely new type. Our data record on this type is a blank page since a certain captain never documented them. You must experiment and make detailed observations for the benefit of future generations. That's fine, I know what they do. I learned it from Smash Brothers. Purples and whites were so overpowered that all new species ended up being arguably worse than normal ones. That's unfortunate. Amazing, the white Pikmin have unearthed a treasure that was completely buried in the ground. Perhaps those beady red eyes of theirs allowed them to sense objects buried in the dirt. I don't think that's how that works, but sure. I don't actually know any Pikmin types other than the ones that were in Smash Brothers. It's like another red is fire, yellow is electricity, blue is water, white is poison, and purple is the one that people actually want to pull. Super Stick Textile. That one singular poison Pikmin all by itself in the basement. Okay, so I presume that following the lead like last time, I will segregate my Pikmin by color and not finish that sentence. I appreciate how no time at all passes in the caves. Like I'm not feeling stressed to like rush through it. Hey, mushroom. It's just like Pikmin. It's like a plant that eats meat. Oh, chapstick. Wait, is that technically a treasure? Huh. Toxic toadstool. I actually had to use chapstick for the first time in ages the other day. Like, the air was so ridiculously dry that, like, my lips were literally cracking apart. Not fun, quite painful, actually. I've actually got the tube right here, but you'll have to take my word for it. Survival ointment. It's like, I see you there with your dry lips. Sit up straight, take a drink of water. Yesterday the weather was 20 degrees Celsius in shade, today it's back down to 5 degrees Celsius. That's rough. But look on the bright side. Corporate profits are at an all-time high. I have officially been tutorialed that the poison Pikmin are immune to poison. Final floor. That like little jingle that plays kind of reminds me of like a Bowser theme. Like da 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 da. The red liquid you see contains refined ultra spicy essence. 1 drop contains 1 dose. Press down to spray this extract on your entire group. Okay, so that's just like a free dose. Nice. As an alternative to farming them, I can just loot them. Nice. I anticipate a boss fight. Oh, I had to deal with one of these things earlier. Kill. Oh, did it eat a poison Pikmin and die instantly? Intriguing. The creature showed symptoms of poisoning after consuming the white Pikmin. Perhaps white Pikmin excrete a poisonous substance when chewed. How fascinating. Ow, my bones. But I lived. I parried the bullet with my face. Alright, I'm losing bodies. I'm gonna try something. What if I just bring these ones in? I don't like that it killed 3 of them. He looks like it does take damage proportional to the number that it eats, though. I would make fun of it for continuing to eat even as they hurt it, but like, I'm lactose intolerant and I love poutine, so I really cannot criticize. Well done, Captain Olimar. You defeated the freakish half-bird, half-serpent hybrid. Oh no, don't tell me. That treasure was ingested by that beast, wasn't it? I mean, probably. Why is that an issue? We've dealt with grosser. Like its literal severed head, for example. I would rather pick up the glove than the literal severed head, personally. Okay, I find myself with a reduced number of white Pikmin, which is kind of annoying because there's a couple of like poisonous gates I want to get through later. But the number's not 0. I don't like that it's wriggling. Hive-man knapsack. This material looks comfortable. I will use it to patch the boss's favorite sleeping bag. Seam test conclusive. Cross-stitching successful. The knapsack is complete. When you have an unoccupied time interval, press and hold X to take a nap. Okay, so I can like skip ahead in time. I presume kind of like for similar reasons as using the Song of Double Time in Majora's Mask. That or maybe to like reset the day while preserving your location. Who knows? We're up to 25% of our debt paid off. Nice. Go forth, do violence, consume. We're gonna take another 5-minute break here. Please use this time to refill your beverage, go to the bathroom. Anything that would take you about 5 minutes. I will see you shortly. I return. Unfortunately, as far as I can tell, I don't have a renewable source of white Pikmin. So I'll have to be very careful with the ones that are still alive after that boss fight. You forgot that today is Sunday? I sure hope you had nothing important scheduled. All of you, please come this way. I need to destroy a poisonous barrier. I shall allow the gluttonous creature its indulgence. I wonder if I could, like, run through the cave again to stock up on more Pikmin. Oh. If I hold that down, I take a nap and the Pikmin carry me home. That's funny. I was actually just trying to segregate them. I see that the poison is actually caused by emitters on the other side of this. I wonder if I could, like, throw them around and have them disable it so that the other stuff could help too. The other Pikmin, rather. I do see a cave up there. I'm not really sure what the use case of that feature is, but it's very funny. Oh, it looks like they're bludgeoning it down with their flowers. I thought that they were hitting it with their heads. I just hit myself in the tooth with my beverage container. I'm gonna see if I can get around that. Hold on. Cerulean, you are my little pog champ. Come here. Yeah, I can't get through that without blue. At a glance, it seems like there's nothing else to do until I do get through it. Except maybe get up here and do something. That's blocked off by water too. Alright. Therefore, what I am doing is the most efficient thing that I could be doing. I like how this one still has the price on it. $1.29 for Some kind of topical cream. Wow. Guarantee you that same thing would be like $9 today. Oh, hold on. Okay, once they're up there, can I give them orders to go around and take out the poison spheres? Actually, it looks like it's in the middle of the wall, so being on the other side wouldn't matter. Oh, you got ramen. Awesome. I had ramen yesterday. I feel like my stomach didn't necessarily appreciate it. But like, ramen is very tasty. Okay, I've got an idea. Come at me, creature. You know, I was really hoping that it would drown. Hey, come at me, come at me. Hey. Will you follow me off a ledge? Yes, you will. Awesome. Jump in, lads. I can punch it to death. Olimar can punch? What? First I'm hearing of this. Oh, I got like an Olimar chop. Okay, hold on. I did not know that Olimar himself had karate chop action. Let's go. I presume that over there is like a scale that I have to weigh down with purple Pikmin to elevate my other Pikmin. Yeah, I had no clue that I could do violence. How did you get up there? I'm pretty sure I didn't. You must have climbed up on the corpse from the thing. You're in there? That doesn't sound like something I would do. Right. The job got done, eventually. On second thought... Seems like the last one is back home, so I gotta get there. Oh, it's planted. That should be okay, actually. Oh dear. This is not the time to be like, paint me like one of your French Pikmin. Okay, there we go. The 5-man knapsack. That still kinda gets me. Unfortunately, some of them died, but that's a sacrifice that I was willing to make. My dearest dear, how are you? Your boss gave me this space email account and told me all about your business trip. Just remember, you have family to think about. Yeah, getting an email account was an ordeal back in the day. You had to like download a whole separate program just to handle emails. Good morning. The white Pikmin are lodged with the purple ones in my hull. The two types are sleeping well and do not quarrel. I have made them most comfortable. You can call out the white Pikmin by standing at the light beneath me and pressing A. On a separate note, be wary of overworking yourselves. Taking a break can be courageous too. To retire early for the day, press start to access the radar screen, then press R. Come along with me, little ones, and... not so little ones. Alright, let's see. Oh, thank you for the head pats. We appreciate your sacrifice. Ooh, dice. And purple juice, which... I'm not sure what that might do, actually. I wonder if it turns reds into purples, or if it's some kind of other consumable. Let's find out. Chance totem. What might this do? Astonishing, this purple berry contains an ultra-bitter essence. It does not appear to have any monetary value, but I shall research potential use for it. Bring me another specimen. Oh, I am sending plenty. Well, the red ones, or the white ones are fast. Well, I don't think I have anything else that I can do until I get another Pikmin type, which I'm not sure I have access to. There's a cave there if I could access it, but... unless the bitter berries, like, give electricity resistance or something like that, then I probably can't. Oh, no way to know until I, find out. Captain Olivar, I've completed my research on the purple berries you discovered. Behold the ultra-bitter spray. It's untested, but I believe it'll be effective. Approach enemies and press up to spray them. When necessary, I can produce a battle of spray from 10 berries. Okay, but what does it do? Like, I've been informed of what to do, but, like, not what to do, you know? I'll find out later, don't worry. What do I have access to? Okay, so there's a flag there because I've cleared it, and there's a thing here that I could clear with poison Pikmin, which I should probably clear. And there's no flag on the other one, implying that there's more stuff down there if I go back down there. A plan comes together in my mind. And Mr. Treasure, I could have found that out by going down there. Alright, I'll get on that. Looks like there's another globe behind that, so... I probably have to, like, go to another region, get yellows, and then come back to get blues. Lily once again slacking on the job. I would say it's less that I'm making long-term plans and more that I'm trying to figure out, like, what I'm capable of doing. I am simply problem solving. I am opening locks with keys. It's just that sometimes the keys are slaves. Indentured servants, if you prefer that term. Where's the other stuff? I am missing 7 Pikmin somewhere. Oh, they're up there. Going at that door. One day there'll be a Me Out of Context compilation. That would be lovely. I'd love to see that. I do have an archive channel separate from my highlights channel, where, as far as I can tell, just about everything that I've ever streamed is there. If anybody ever wants to go through like a massive backlog, relatively speaking. If ever such a superfan exists, please comment on the video, say hi. Yeah, like maybe if I get like huge someday, just through like sheer saturation. I like how the targeting indicator changes color based on which Pikmin I'm about to throw. I actually really like that. Oh, and once I'm there, I can unfurl that bridge and cross the river. Speaking of YouTube recommended being broken, I'm pretty sure that, like, whatever thing is like behind the ads on like the internet has absolutely no clue like what I actually am or what I actually want. Because the variety of ads that I get is so ridiculously all over the place. I sure hope they get this thing done today. Get formula and diapers and pregnancy tests. Yeah, you get those. I've been getting like a lot of like weight loss ads, which, to be honest, I'm moderately to majorly insulted by. I keep getting ads like begging me to use credit cards or to like sign up for new credit cards. I get the occasional ad where, at the end of it, I genuinely have absolutely no idea what the product is actually being advertised. It's the other half of the globe. Fascinating. This object is highly similar to the one you found at the Valley of Repose. By examining this further, I may be able to extrapolate new planetary data. Yes, sadly, a depressingly large number of people treat credit cards like free money. You know that one meme where it's like, please help me budget this, my family is dying? And the guy is like spending $3,600 a month on candles. And then like the top response is spend less money on candles, and he's just like, no. I knew not that guy specifically, but an individual with almost exactly the same mentality back in high school. What if they'll make it in time? What if I do this while they make it in time? No, they will not. I'm gonna have to pull them off this, aren't I? Yeah. Okay, tomorrow morning. Yeah, so like, I've always been like really, really good at budgeting. So at one point, like a childhood friend of mine, this would have been like around high school, either high school or college age. He's like, hey Ariel, you're good with money, can you help me budget this? Like, I keep getting like more and more into debt. And I'm like, that's really weird. You work like 2 or 3 different jobs, right? And he's like, well, I work 2 part-time jobs and I volunteer. And I'm like, okay, this is fine. Oh, OG Avatar, thank you. This is what I looked like when I started streaming. Fitting for a high school story, you're not wrong. So I'm like, okay, yeah, no, like, you are putting in, like, 16-hour days. How do you not have money? Louis, it's been 3 months since you joined our company, and I'm sure you love it. I expect big things from you, Louis. Far bigger things than I expect from Olimar. He's clearly a Nepo baby. But yes, like I say, this guy's working, like, really long days, like, every day. But, like, he's losing money over time, and I'm just like, how is this happening? So I'm like, okay, can you give me, like, a list of, like, all of your incomes and, like, all of your, like, recurring expenses, and we'll try to figure out, like, what we can do? And essentially what was happening that I found out, let me just summon my Pikmin first. So, like I say, he's working 2 part-time jobs, which is basically where, like, all of his money is coming from. He's also working more or less full-time at a radio station, with, like, no compensation whatsoever. So I'm like, okay, so, like, you've been volunteering at this place, doing, like, all the work of, like, a full-time position for, like, a decade at this point. Have you considered, like, asking them to pay you? Or, like, not doing it? And he's like, no, because, like, this could be, like, my in to, like, a career. if I keep working for them for free, one day they will surely decide to pay me. And I was like, I'm pretty sure they're not ever going to do that. They're going to just keep exploiting your labor. And he was like, no, this is fine. I'm like, are you sure? Have you considered even just, like, asking? And he's like, oh, I don't want to ask for money because they might take it as me being just there for the money, and then they'll, like, never give me a job. And I'm like, okay, you can lead a horse to water, I suppose. So it's like, okay, he's doing a bunch of labor without compensation, but, like, that doesn't explain where the money's going. Because he's also working 2 jobs that he is getting paid for. So it's like, okay, give me, like, a list of all your expenses. He's like, okay, here's all the stuff. Most of it's very reasonable. He's making payments on a car, specifically, like, you know, insurance and gas, so, like, payments that can't be stopped. His mother is charging him rent, which I think is kind of rude, because... like, one of the main advantages to, like, staying with your parents is, like, not having to pay for lodgings while building up, you know, something to support yourself with, but whatever. The amount that she's charging him is not a high number, so it's nothing, like, problematic. It's like $50 a month. So it's like, okay, this is basically just to make sure that he doesn't, like, quit all of his jobs and, like, leech off of her, that's fine. And, like, he's got, like, a bunch of expenses. Most of them are reasonable. The 2 big ones are credit card, like, credit card fees from, like, having an outstanding balance. Which is kind of, like, you know, the concerning part. And... this is like the $3,600 in candles moment. $400 a month going to see live shows. Like, he's going to see, like, live concerts twice a month and spending $400 a month on average. And, like, I'm tallying up the money, and, like, because of those concerts, he's behind because of those concerts. And, like, the thing is, if he literally went to 1 fewer concert a week, like 1 fewer concert a month, he'd have an extra $200, and he could slowly, over time, start paying off the credit card bills, more than they were building up over time. If he stopped going to concerts at all, it'd be going, like, 3 or 4 times faster, but it's like, okay, you can still have your indulgence, you can still, like, have fun. Just go to 1 fewer concert a month and pay off these bills, and then once these bills are entirely paid off, this expense disappears as long as you don't put another outstanding balance back on. And he's like, no, I want to keep going to concerts. And I'm like, you can keep going to concerts. Just go to fewer concerts for a while. And then, like, once you've paid off these bills, you can go to more concerts. And he's like, no, I want to keep going to the same number of concerts. I don't want to have less fun. And I'm like, well, you can lead a horse to water. This hemisphere also contains a hidden microchip. I will attempt to decrypt the stored data. Decoding complete. As I surmise, this chip contains additional topographic data. The data has been inputted into my database. I shall name it the survey chart. 50% of debt recovered. Awesome. Yeah, he's like, yeah, no, I don't want to have any less fun. And I'm like, okay. Like, explain your reasoning. Like, surely it would be better in the long term to, like, save, to, like, set aside, like, a little bit of money rather than spending it all right away, which is what you seem to be doing. And he's like, well, you see, Ariel, if I don't spend my money all right away, then it just gets, like, taken away by bills anyway. Therefore, if I spend it on myself as soon as I get it, I actually get use out of it. And I'm just like, that's not how things work. But, like, he refused to acknowledge that, like... paying bills wasn't just money disappearing into a vacuum. Which is how he seemed to interpret it. And what was happening, and like where my mind went to bring this up. So obviously, like, he's spending more money than he has. And the way that he's doing this is he keeps opening new credit cards. Like, he keeps getting, like, balance limit increases on his existing cards, and he keeps signing up for new credit cards and using the new credit cards to pay off the old credit cards. And, like, the amount of money that he's paying on credit card bills keeps going up because he keeps doing this. And I'm like, seriously, dude, just go to one fewer concert a year. This credit card only has $500 outstanding on it. Pay that one off first, and then put it away and never use it again. And then work on the credit card that has a $2,000 balance. And then pay off the other credit card that has a $2,000 balance, and then pay off the card that has a $6,000 balance, and then you'll be debt-free. Just go to one less concert a month. You'll be done in, like, a couple of years. Go to no concerts a month, you can be done in, like, 9 months. And he's like, no. I want to keep going to concerts. That's how I have fun. And I'm just like, I'm like, okay, how about... So, like, your budget for, like, music, because, you're a music guy, I respect that. You want, like, the really nice experience. Why don't you take one more indulgent month, take 2 more indulgent months? That's, like, $800 of music budget. Buy, like, a really, really nice, like, audiophile headset, and some, like, really, really nice, like, musical records and such, and listen to those. And then, like, you can keep listening to those for no additional more money. And then you can put the extra money into paying off those debts. And he was like, no. Like, an important part of going to a concert is the experience. Like, I want to be there, and I want to, like, feel the energy of the crowd, and I want to feel, like, the sound, like, vibrate my bones. And I was like, have you considered doing that when you weren't, like, ridiculously in debt? Yeah, no, like, he straight up asked me for help. I didn't offer this out of the blue. He asked me to help him with this. And then every time I gave him a potential solution, he's just like, no, that'll never work. So again, truly, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. This is almost certainly not an efficient use of my time. I'm just enjoying the novelty of the Yolimar chop. Is my friend still alive? I genuinely do not know, because, he actually ended up ghosting me, over $50 that he owed me. Specifically, so, I'm like an IT professional. Like, I went to school for this, it's what I'm genuinely good at. One day his PC dies. And he's really concerned about this because, like, on the hard drive for it are, like, a bunch of, like, really important files to him. Mostly, like, music, like, works in project for, like, his own music because he's convinced that he's going to take off someday, stuff like that. So, like, he's freaking the heck out. And I'm like, okay, like, this is my skill set, I can do this for you. I can, like, help you recover these files. So I come over to his house, and he's got, like, a very cursed, like, Walmart pre-built PC where, like, everything is, like, welded together. So I put like a lot of effort into cracking this thing open and getting the hard drive out. And then it's got like a weird file system thing going on. And he's only got like a Macintosh computer, so like I have to like take the hard drive and like get the files off of it and like convert them to like a file type that's like compatible with the new computer and like move them over. And like it's a lot of work that involves like physical labor and like everything. And at the end of it, I'm just like, okay, an exceedingly reasonable fee for like all of the work that I put into this is $50. I should have charged him $200, but I charged him $50. And he was like, okay, cool, I don't have that money right now, which I believed, but I'll get paid in like a couple of weeks, and then I will pay you. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, that's fine. Like, no big deal. And I never heard from them again. And it's like, well... And like, it wasn't a case of he lost my number. I saw him on Skype. Oh well, it is what it is. Oh right, there was a diamond down here. I don't know if I can actually get the diamond. Yeah, whatever. I'll just use this as I'll just use this as an opportunity to get more white Pikmin. Because I presume that I'll have that opportunity. I wonder if that's meant to be the Luigi's Mansion theme, or if it's just a coincidence. Those corpses technically have value, therefore I technically could pay off my debt with genocide. I could totally do that. But yeah, no, like whenever credit cards come up, or like credit card limit increases come up, or like massive debts come up, I just remember that like, those aren't just stories to scare children. People like that do exist, and I knew one. Like, I would almost think that, like, I was on Reddit dealing with a troll, the way that, like, his responses were. It's like, okay, here's an entirely reasonable solution that even meets you halfway, you can keep having fun. It's like, no. Because that would mean I'd end up having less fun. Like, you're good with money, can you not find a way to, make it so that all of my debts go away and I keep spending exactly the same amount of money on the exact same things? While not making more money? And I'm just like, maybe if you started with $1 million, I could do that. Go forth, Pikmin. Get the diamond. Oh shoot, they can actually do it. I figured they'd be stuck down there. Oh, it's pretty too. I love it. Petrified Heart. That name actually goes hard, I like it. It's only worth 100 coins. Where's the thing to go down? There it is. Probably a big gem. cut like that, probably. Still. You're gonna guess I like DNC? The last Pokemon generation I played was Generation 4, so I don't know what DNC even is or what franchise it's from. Yeah, honestly, people put too much emphasis on, like, real gens, and I feel like most of that is just marketing. Like, as long as the end result, like, aesthetically fits what you're going for, just do it. It's kind of the same thing with, like, lab-grown gems, where it's like, oh, they're not real amethyst, they're not real emerald, they're not real diamond. It's like, yes, they are. It's actually funny because, like, if you put them under a microscope, the way that you tell a quote-unquote fake gemstone apart from a real one, quote-unquote, is because the quote-unquote fake ones are too perfect. Like, they're too internally flawless, and that's what sets them apart. Yeah, like, it's mostly just, it's mostly just marketing. It's like you monopolize these rocks coming out of the ground, so you tell people that they're, like, worth a huge amount of money. And then when people realize that they can make them for pennies on the dollar, you go, oh, that doesn't count. You don't really love your fiancée if you give her a ring made out of fake diamond. I think you make class imitation. Honestly, same thing. The main thing there is they'd be easier to scuff. But, like, again, if it gets the job done, just use it. Like, nobody sane is going to grab you by your pendant and, like, yank it forward and pull out, like, an artificer's monocle and be like, ah, this is too perfect, it doesn't count. That's not going to happen. Just wear the pretty rock. Fun fact, speaking of gemstones, there's an anime and manga series that I really, really enjoyed called Hoseki no Kuni, where all the characters were... I'm simplifying a lot here, but let's call them anthropomorphic personifications of gemstones. What if I chose life? Yeah, Hoseki no Kuni, anthropomorphic personifications of gemstones. Kind of like Steven Universe, except, like, not at all. But, like, for example, the main character is Phospholiite, and her thing is that she's, like, the most fragile gemstone. Like, looking at her funny makes her shatter. And, like, there are a bunch of other gemstones, and, like, they have different, like, hardness levels and different properties based on, like, what mineral they are. And there are actually 2 diamonds. There's one who's just straight up diamond, and she's, like, incredibly, incredibly durable. Absolutely gorgeous. Like, the way that the light catches her hair. Hold on, I actually want to get a screenshot of this. Parrish. I want to show this off before I call it for the night. Hold on. Like, she's so, so very pretty. Hold on. Please bear with me. She's so pretty, and like, it's 3D CG, so like as she moves, the light actually like scintillates through her hair. It's so ridiculously pretty. But she's also very brittle. So like, she's incredibly resistant to like being slashed, but like a blunt impact like actually cracks her. But there's actually a second diamond there. Who looks like this. And they are Bort, which is a type of industrial diamond, where they are nowhere near as pretty as Diamond, but they basically have none of her physical shortcomings. Like, Dia fractures very easily. Bort is just ridiculously tough and doesn't take damage from anything. If you like gemstones, really, really good series. Also, if you like Buddhism, really, really good series. There's kind of like a thing going on with like the different materials and like the sacred treasures of Buddhism, like gold and lapis lazuli and such and so forth. It's very good. I kind of forgot what my original point was. Oh yes, screw it, let's just be on Hoseki no Kuni. There is an anime covering, like, the first arc, let's call it. And the manga is actually complete. Like, it is a finished story. And it is a story. It sure is a story. I highly recommend watching the anime, and if you like it, check out the manga. Very good. Very, very pretty. And like, again, the anime is like 3D CG, and like, it's so ridiculously pretty. They really properly leverage the fact that like, the main characters are all made out of gemstone. Olimar, good work so far. I hereby promote you to perennial manager. Press X to divide up work, and X to delegate more to your subordinate leader. Hope all goes smoothly. Ah, delegation. The mark of a true leader. Perplexing pool. Alright. Anyway, let's call it there for the night. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it each and every time. Next scheduled stream is going to be tomorrow. The game is going to be Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. The next time I'm playing Pikmin 2 is going to be next Sunday. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful night, and I hope to see you again. Good night.